doing these pennies, I've been going through queens from 53 to 64. This is my last bag of pennies to go through. As you can see, I've got, well, I filled up tubes already. Biggest thing I was talking about before was using something of these tubes to actually put away pennies to make them actually, we can look at afterwards. I use the larger tubes just because it's easier to kind of get them out. Just basically created this little bit of a sorting thing. Like I said, it's 53 to 64. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of go through. Yeah, so it's basically just going through, first of all, the years, and then after I go through the years, I'll go into each individual year and look out for stuff that's of interest. I did find, I was going through already, a 61, a hanging one at a 61, which is kind of neat. That was, let's see if I can find that, right there. You can't see the hanging of the one, but that's in pretty good mint condition. It's circulated, but it's probably in pretty good shape. So that's pretty neat that it's actually a hanging one. That's pretty nice. So as I said, we're going through all of these, and afterwards we'll pull out, I'll go through each individual year looking for specific variations that have unique. So all of them should possibly have a hanging last date, like the 3 or the 4 or the 5 or the 1, and that's just because the die hit and the queen on the other side when it crashed the coin. It left a print on the reverse side, and that's where you got the hanging mark. So they would change the dies out after that. Oops. So this is the exciting part about coin hunting or coin collecting, is going through all these dates at the same date and sorting them out so that you can make it, you can go through afterwards and find something of unique. I think it's kind of unique in that people say keep your eyes open for, say, a 55, you're going to be looking for the non-shoulder fold. Well, I've gone through a huge bag, this huge bag of pennies, and I'm just finishing with this. So probably 5,000 pennies, and these are 55s. So there's probably what, 1955 pennies there. And one will have a non-shoulder fold? Probably not. Probably none of them will. They'll still look because there's a possibility. So that's, I think the interesting thing is, yeah, I like finding the different, the hanging 7s, the hanging 6s, the hanging 5s. I do find when I'm counting, talking, and trying to sort, I do sometimes lose where I am. I guess that's me with not being able to walk and chew, talk at the same time. I guess that happens. Sometimes these are really hard, so I need a pair of extra glasses to kind of see the date. If you have questions, ask. That would be advantageous. I know when I'm looking, most of the time is what people say for storage of your coins. as I said, most of these will be stored in tubes to go through afterwards, because there's huge amounts of them. And got to go through each individual year to look for a specific variation in that year. So I sometimes put this up because I think that people might be of interest of seeing, as I said, the monotony of actually looking through of the years. And these are all circulated. Some of them are in as better shape than others. As always, I will go through the 55s because I've always excited about going through 55s. I'm not sure why. It's just, it's a rare, much more obscure year. It's hard to find ones for that year. So I will press on once I get these done and go through the 55s to see if I can find anything of any interest. I'm sure I'll find some hanging fives. Just because of the amount there, I should have a few. And so this is the old queen, this is the young queen. So this is the people's queen, so she was it's pretty damaged, that one, so I'm not sure we can do anything with that right now. I'll just stick it there. As I was saying, she's she doesn't have a crown. She thought that she would be part of the people because her father died when she was quite young, and so she wanted to be like her father and be the queen of the people, as her father was the king of the people and he didn't have a crown, so she took that to be very symbolic. And that's what she was until 64, and then 65 they redid her on the back of the coins, and at that point she had a small crown. So this last bag, lots of 58s. In that first bag I had tons of 63s and 62s, which is be there's kind of a nice 50s because we bring that one back. So then there's a 55. It's patining. These are still kind of nice and they're looking their color. You should see that. Get some light for you. Yeah, it's pretty good shape there. Looks like it hasn't too much wear. 56. A few years back. Now, Canadian Penny is not circulating anymore, so these are either from people's safes, collections, people saved over from it, because I said they aren't in circulation anymore, which does actually two things. It makes it a little bit, there's a nice 55, in pretty good condition. So, you know, might as well, since we're live streaming, we'll just have a quick look here. So what I'm looking for is the I in DEI. It has a non-shoulder fold, which this does not. Just wonder if it has a nice shape, but it doesn't have anything of just a good looking 1955. Okay, nice 1958 here. I'm just gonna look quickly as well, because you get like double eights and stuff on something like this. I'll quickly look, just almost because it's just a nice looking coin. Well, it's just like a nice looking. In circulation, but really not a lot of hits or bangs in there, which makes it quite nice. Let's put that to the side there. So we're just looking through. I'm still looking through here. A lot of coins to go through still. Well, actually, I shouldn't say a lot to go through. Pretty much been through an enormous amount of coins. think the young queen's very pretty. That's just a nice looking. Oops, when did I do that? Being over top, I just dropped. Well, I think I got a 61 and a 61. There you go. So I'm sure everyone's excited about just like this sorting out this way. If you know of a better way to sort out, I'd be intrigued by it. I find this the somewhat productive way is because I can just easily put them into their organization, the years, and then we can go back afterwards and go through each year to, like I said, like for specific irregularities. And I can show you what I think the best thing for putting coins away in storage. If you've got multiples like this, if you're keeping years of any larger amounts than just one, like I said, these are all circulated coins. There are some ones that look fairly good condition, which might be, could get in state 63 or something, or after going through the pennies, we're going to put them in tubes. I've been just shooting a video of storage because I thought that'd be of interest. So after I'm basically have a plethora of them, I'm just going to pick them up and then put them in a tube. And these are all 56s. So afterwards I'll be going looking through here, looking for hanging 6. So I'm going to put that in the tube. I like these ones. These are a little bit bigger. These are the nickel size ones. So there's a little bit more room that moves around in. I'm not too worried about that. They're circulated, so I'm not worried about them banging into each other. The nice thing about this piece is a really good case. It's really, it seals up nicely, and they actually stack together quite well. So you can, what I do with it afterwards is once I get it like this, I am going to put a date on it. So that's, I'm going to print off a label, and it's going to end up being like this. So now these are silver dimes, so we're not going to mix those up. But nice 56, so it's all dated, and then it's going to go store in a box. And then later on, when I've gone through all this, I can pull this back out and with either a microscope or with a pair of magnifying glass and go through these and look through them. And what we're going to be looking for at that point would be a hanging 6. So I'm not going to do that right now. Quickly look. I'm just shooting off of one camera at the moment, so I can't show any close-ups of the hanging 6s, but it's like I said, it's the imprint of the queen. Let's see if I can find a nice, I have these ones nice. So the hanging part is from her chin. So that gets hammered above the date, the last digit of the year. So in this instance, it would be a hanging 1 because that's the 1, and there's basically a little hanger, what's called a hanger on it. So I'm going to continue with this since I have this small bag left of coins to go through. Yeah, so I'll just continue with my grading here. Well, not my, I shouldn't say my grading, but my organizing of my pennies here. And then after I'm done that, I will go through and start searching for unique attributes of each of the years. But that's not going to happen until I'm finished with this small little bag here, which is not too bad. I said if you have this is the way I've sort of basically, this, just made this like a little, use a 4-inch hole saw, and just, these are, I cut them out so that I can actually create more rings. And I use it on a towel like this because, well, I'll help the pennies so they don't get scratched when we're doing stuff like this, or nickels or quarters. And also just so they don't bounce around too far and they stay in the particular spot. Since when I'm dropping them here, they tend to bounce around. And if it's just on the table, it tends to bang all over the place. So again, we're looking at the young queen, 53 to 64. Lots of airs in these ones. So the last batch I had was more 59s to 64s, and these ones seem to be more, this bag is definitely a little bit younger. More 53s. Quite a bit of 55s, which is kind of interesting. You don't usually get a lot of 55s. But you can see I have quite a nice little stack there of 55s. I will go through those. And I don't want to jump the gun here because then I either have to put them in a tube so I don't look back through them. So I'm just gonna keep going with my pace here, and then when I'm all done, I'm gonna go through my 55s. Now it's very surprised I got so many 55s. Usually it's not. Usually it's much more difficult to fit 55s, but this is definitely a cachet of 55s. Yeah, my hands got all green from the patining, as you can see. That's the one thing with older coins, your hands do tend to get quite dirty. So, almost to this bag. Like I said, I'm doing this for a few hours now. As I said, afterwards I'll go through, I'm going to run through the 55s quickly, see if I can find anything of interest to them. There's 361 in there. Almost done this bag. That's pretty cool. I had this massive bag earlier and 2 bags, and now I'm down to, not sure what day that is. I am down to a couple handfuls here. So I was pretty surprised that we had so many 55s. I've never found a no shoulder full 55, but keep trying. my paper. 61. It's kind of buried under that hole. Under all those pennies. Here's our last bit. 5. So hopefully I don't have too much contamination. Sometimes when I'm looking at them real quick, or I just can't see it very well, there's a bit of contamination. But it doesn't seem to be too bad. So I'm just going to take this in 55s now. As I said, I'm going to put them in the tubes. I'm just going to run through these real quick. This pair of glasses here. I'll see if I can just look for hanging and now the scarcity of this is rarity. Contamination, as I said. I'm just quickly scanning these. No hangers and no 58. No hanging vibes. And definitely no shoulder folds. But that's well, that's a pity. It looks like nothing in those. I said I'll put them in these coin rolls. And then can go through everything later as well. So. And look, shoulder folds. I'm hanging fives. Is that pity? So as I said, we're looking for shoulder folds and non-shoulder folds on the 55s. I was gonna see if I can find, I said I don't think I can show, I don't think I can actually, I don't think this will magnify it, but if I could show you the 61, let's see if I can see this. And 61 here. In view there. I don't have my let's see if I have it. I don't have my microscope out, so but above that one is the hanger. We've got some other videos that you can look and you can see what a hanging penny. So there's a 61 with a hanger and it's in pretty good shape. So young queen, the hanging 61. And we're just going through the 55s here because we're looking for some hangers, but I didn't find any. We could try to look at some 58s, see if there's any doubles. Some here. If there's any double 8s. But like I said, this is the way I sort it out, and then I'm going to place them in these tubes. So basically, if I don't go through them right now, like I said, I'm just going to just basically put these away, like the 61s. We'll just kind of put them all away, and then later on, I can kind of come back and look through all the 61s. So the nice thing about this is like, now that I've actually sorted it out, and like I said, this year, so basically I'm going to pack these up. What I'll do is I'll just go through the whole step. So I pack these up, kind of like to leave a penny facing up in case I do lose the sticker on top, like that. And then, as I said, I use the nickel containers because they're a little bit wider, so that the pennies are easier to get out. And then I used one of these great little things, little touch screw. And I'm going to print off labels. So these are the 61s. So 61. I'll do 2, probably have a couple coming out. And I just did a 55 there as well. So I'll do 2 55s just because it kind of. I did some 57s from before. So there's a little printer. Prints them out. I just did 61. I put 61 on here. And then this one was the 55. So I'm gonna label this one 55. So now I have these all nice and labeled. I will just let you know I've done all these already. So got a few, the dates. And so these are nice for storage, as I said, because they're pretty versatile. They can take a lot of beating, but the coins are safe inside. And like I said, we can open them up afterwards. Like I said, the 62s, open them up. And you can see, so we can kind of go through and look for what's in a 62. So in a 62, we might be looking for, again, we're probably looking for a hanging 2. There's a missing, I think there's a missing on the back side on the 62, just under here, just in her bottom there, there's the initials of who designed the Queen's effigy there. So you're looking for a missing M, but mostly it will be hanging 2s on that one. So I'm just gonna go keep packing these up. Exciting, I know, but that's part of coin hunting, is cleaning up. So I got 2 57s. I think I printed those ones 57 before. I got these rolls I did before. Some more 64s. 64. Let's see if I thought I did a 62. 62. $56. Probably my last roll here, the last container I pull up. 61. I didn't. 63. 63. So I don't have any. I haven't pulled any. I guess maybe I didn't pull any 57s out, but look at this. I have a whole bunch of 57s I can put in here and look at later. So this is taking me a good part of, I guess, 4 hours, I would say, to sort these all out. And they're just bags of young queens. Yeah, there you go. Put in 57, done. You can look at that later, which is fantastic, because right now I'm a bit kind of tired of looking at just sorting out the pennies. So I'll come back later and sort through and look for unique items of these young queens. Let's see, that's a 57. That's nice, 57. So there we go. Yeah, 57. So my hands are all nice and stained from these coins. So I'll go through and once I'm done with them, I'll put them in, like I said, a box like this, which will go in dates, be dated. So I have a box here of like this. And this I use kind of the size for different, these are all organized afterwards. These are the dates, but these are actually, I believe these are dimes, silver dimes. So King George. So these have all been nice and sorted out. I'm almost finished. I just have a little bit more silver to go through. Hopefully they'll be done with that. I did do, which is kind of fun going through the really old stuff because you get kind of pre-stuff. So there's like 1917. This is, what's this? Yeah, this is 1917. So much older. But those are all silver as well. Some of them you can't really hard time to. Some of them are really worn out. And so if they're really worn out, they just go into like a silver container, like that. Because I can't do much with them, right? Because they're kind of really worn out at this point. The dates are kind of gone. So just, that would be just silver. So yeah, that's how I sort them out. I don't keep in these boxes afterwards because I find it hard to get out of the box. But yeah, they're great containers for storing your coins in. So if you have any questions about that, or if you have any better suggestions for coin holders, I appreciate it. Or what do you use for coin holding? I'm just gonna get through all these, put all these away now. Sixty-twos. So these are the nickel ones, which I find they're a little bit bigger, so the coins actually slip into a bit easier. Ones. And just go down the line. So now I'm at 60. I said afterwards, after I organize these, I'll kind of go through and factor and look at the different years and see if I can pull out some interesting coins. But at the moment, we're just got them organized per their dates. So instead of just looking at a whole random set of coins, we can pick a specific date. Like I said, I can do the 55s or the 61s. It just makes it a lot easier, kind of, because then your eye gets trained looking for one specific thing or two specific things, instead of trying to find all sorts of random differences in coins. Because I think that's probably the toughest thing, is that just looking through a whole bunch of different coins of different years, you can't. You're looking for different variations. I mean, sure, if you're looking for a specific you know, oh, I lost everybody. So I'm going to go to the 55s again. So this I'm going to go through the 55s again. And see if I can kind of see if I can see anything. Where my glasses. I'm gonna just check through these. So I'm like now looking through the 55, see if I can see any non-shoulder fold and maybe a hanging 5. I should be able to find a hanging 5. I hope that would be possible. And there's also die chips in these. As I said, I had a bit of contamination, just banging around. Sometimes these things get moved over. But not too bad, a couple pennies. Now, I don't know if see that, but just going through these 55 to see. If we can find a hanging 5. So far, nothing. There's some silver play today. Try and make it into, I guess, a silver coin. No, not one, not two. Now, see, that's just going to be, because there it goes. I looked like I found a non-shoulder fold, but it's a 53. So that's the one thing. You got to kind of look and then definitely double check, because there are years with, and that's what happened. The die got changed out. Now, I don't think so. In the 53, I think shoulder fold. The shoulder fold is rare, so it's what I just found there was not rare. But that's the fun thing about looking, is that you're always going to see. Sometimes it's exciting, and then other times it's not so exciting. Anyways, I am going to continue this, but I'm going to turn off the video as so thanks for participating, those who joined and saw. If you have questions, please ask. If you like, subscribe. It's yeah, it's unique and it's enjoyable. Okay.